Every time I have some sort of victory, I am constantly nagged in.
First, I'm going to say that everything you have said is completely valid. As someone who was a late diagnosed man with ADHD, also kids, also a lot of huge life events happening over the last 2 years, I felt compelled to kind of answer this. Um, First of all, nothing is wrong with you. Let's just get that out there. Second of all, being vulnerable online makes you authentic. Now, can it go overboard? Yeah, I've seen some people kind of like overdo it just for sympathy points, but on occasion, it's okay to show people that you're human. And it is a struggle, especially for neurotypicals to understand. Um, just as someone who has ADHD can have issues understanding social intricacies, a neurotypical can have a hard time understanding that we will have task paralysis or that we can miss the most basic things in life. The imposter syndrome stuff is real. And I don't necessarily know if that's going to go away, but there's a few things that I do, and I'm not going to say cope because it's not really a coping mechanism. And I think it all boils down to mindfulness, self mindfulness. Um, Whenever I start feeling those imposter syndromes, it basically means that I'm having way too much time thinking and not doing. Now, I can recognize it, getting out of it is another thing. But time and time again, just like you, the second the stakes are put up, it's like a switch turns on and I can do the thing. So just like you say, you can show up to these meetings, sell something from 50 to 60K with no problem. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I recall times where I would go to a meeting and kind of like I was leading it, or maybe I had a significant part of input in it, and I would be panicking before the meeting because it's like, people are going to see right through me, this and that. But for whatever reason, the second the meeting started, the switch flipped, and everything that I know is readily available. It's the weirdest thing. So first of all, it's that is understanding, yeah, there's going to be times where that happens. Now, when you talk about panic attacks, anxiety attacks, I've had those too. And over the last 2 years, I've had more than I'd like to admit. Um, and I personally do two things. Well, one thing. The other one, I say that I'm going to do, and I ended up never doing it. But the one that works for me is this is going to sound weird. Again, it works for me. But when I start feeling that way, that I'm about to go into this spiral of panic, I try to go somewhere kind of quiet and enclosed. My car is usually the best place, or it could be if you're alone in your house or apartment, just somewhere that's closed off where others can hear you. Not because it's a bad thing, it's because for me, it might be annoying to other people. What I'll do is I'll go in the car and I will do a high pitched whistle, and the whole point of that is to just shock my brain out of the panic. And this is something recent. I've only been doing this for like a month and a half or so. So I've only done it maybe like 2 or 3 times. But every time I do it, it works. It's the equivalent of when people say splash cold water in your face. It just tells the brain to like, hey, focus on this. What was that sound? And it works. It calms me down almost immediately. It's been amazing how that works. The other thing, which is something I really haven't done in the sense that I don't physically write it down, it's when I feel like this worry, this panic, I will stop and ask myself, why am I panicking? I literally ask myself that question, like, why am I panicking? And the point is for me to say out loud, what's the reason that I'm panicking about? And just saying it out loud is does something. It does something to like free up your mind and make it less intrusive. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm with you right there. I can go and I can teach somebody how to use tools or fix a problem with a network server, but remember to clean my desk. It just so hard. Um, Fold laundry, forget about it. Now, when it comes to talking about the part of not caring anymore and not comparing, it's one of the best things you can do. Um, as someone who has also done that, I can very much say that it works very well. So, for example, I had a hard time when I was younger getting into a relationship, and one year I decided I'm just gonna stop trying. My fear was always that if I stop trying, nobody's gonna know who I am. Yet somehow a month later, I have a girlfriend. Um, I'm suddenly very um, like silly, and I'm very um, smart mouthish in a good way. And even sometimes I was like, where was this person all along? And it was because I took that mental block out of the way. It was always there. I just never let it out because I didn't know that it was there. So I stopped comparing myself to the jocks. I stopped comparing myself to the very handsome looking Mediterranean kid that everybody wanted to talk to. And I was just like, I'm just gonna be me. If somebody likes it, somebody likes it. And lo and behold, yeah, that's how it's happened. And to this day, that still works. It's when I just stop caring, it just happens. Um, but yeah, just it's one of those things that I'm slowly getting better at doing the thing and stop overthinking it. Just do something. So if I say that, hey, I have to clean my desk, I don't have to clean the whole desk, but if I just start and maybe put away the little pile of mail, it's not the whole desk, but it's part of the desk. And then I celebrate that. I said, good, I got that cleared. That triggers dopamine, lets me do the next thing. Okay, let's organize the pens. Things like that. It's breaking up a big thing into smaller tasks and then making sure that you celebrate each one. Um, it's about giving yourself grace. It's about understanding that what your brain is wired to do and stop trying to fight it and do it. It's not gonna be easy, I'll tell you that, but it is definitely doable. And I don't have it all down perfect, but I'm still gonna keep trying. Don't know if this helps or not. I just felt compelled to say something. So I'll see you out there, man.